We made it! Hello! Welcome everyone to our first episodes of Blades in the Dark. Our Blades in the Dark campaign called The Drafters. We're super excited to have some new and old faces here working on getting that going. And we're just gonna jump right in and have everyone introduce themselves. And their character, like, not necessarily the character introduction, but who their character is, kind of thing. And their class and all that other great stuff. But we shall start first with our storyteller, Theater Nerd.
Hi, my name's Theater Nerd. Super excited to be here today. Super excited to be playing Blades because I'm pretty sure I watched a campaign with the creator John Harper before the game was actually out. I don't know, I didn't look at the date of when the campaign happened, but regardless, I've been itching to play it since got my hands on the book when I was at Gen Con, and I'm super happy to have the opportunity to play and bring it to you all.
Cool! Awesome! Thank you. We're very excited to have you do this for us. Alright, continuing on, we have some new faces. I would like everyone to welcome Mad Rabbit. Hello, Mad Rabbit.
Hello. Sorry about the no camera. My internet sucks, but I'm Mad Rabbit. I'll be playing Cecilia, who will be having the nickname Ilya, and she's going to be the slide in this campaign.
Awesome. Thank you. It's very exciting to have you here with us. Our next newest face we have joining us is Jason.
Hello, my name's Jason. I'm a he, they kind of guy. My character for this campaign is a leech known only as Dr. Biscuits, which is, of course, an interesting name on its own. And he has questionable medical licensing. Let's just leave it at that. Very, very interesting experimental ideas of what can be done with people.
I'm getting deja vu, Jammy.
Yeah,
From the...
I was just thinking that this reminds me of a character from another game I played.
Yeah, cool. Just getting deja vu all of a sudden for this time slot. Cool. Thank you, Jason, so much. We're super excited to have you join us on our adventure today. Next, we have very much not a new face on this channel. But everyone, please welcome Jammy, Jim Jams. Hello.
Oh.
We're all clapping. You're the only one that gets an applause.
Yay!
You're special.
Thank you. I'll be here for my encore and to sign autographs afterwards. The character I'm playing is Patrick Patches Morrison. He is a slim, bald spider class individual as far as his character class goes, and he wears very clean cut, well groomed or well tailored uniform of a retainer. It's kind of got some history with the noble families.
Alright. Thank you. And hello everyone. I am not a new face here either. My name is Val. This is my channel. Today I'm going to bring to you a young man of the ripe age of 19. His birthday is literally yesterday, we'll just pretend. By the name of Royce Chambers, and he is the second youngest of 10 children, and he just of a royal family here in Duskfall, and he wants to find his purpose in life, and he decided that being a vigilante sniper is just the way to go, right? Like, fight injustice, power, things like that. Because how else are you gonna stick it to Dad? But he is the hound of the group. He was a hobbyist turned professional, I guess, and he has a animal companion that is a giant river otter who has no name yet. However, we have a way that the audience can name my giant river otter. This is a viewer effective game. If you want to affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations, you can do that. For every 100 biddies, you can grant a reroll to the player or the dungeon master / storyteller. All applies.
I don't think I roll dice. Well,
You
maybe.
don't roll dice. Well, never mind. But whoever can roll dice, you can grant a reroll to. For every subscription, you can give us a critical, which is like and Theater can explain that to us when we get to it. But essentially, it's a really, really, really good success kind of. Yeah, it works. It's a critical. It all kind of works the way that it works, sort of thing. And donating $10 or more through Streamlabs or Coffee can get you, you can name some NPCs or pets or maybe suggest a minor plot hook to the DM of their approval kind of thing. But yeah, that's essentially what we got going on. And yeah, you can name my otter for $10.
Until he gets named, he's no name the otter.
If he doesn't get a name, he's going to be John Doe, the otter. So
You can donate $10 to stop me from always referring to the otter as also Dr. Biscuit.
Dr. Biscuits Jr. But yes.
Or maybe just Mr. Biscuits.
Or Mr. Biscuits. Oh man. So, with that, Theater Nerd, please take us away on our brand new adventure.
Thank you.
It's a whole new world.
Pretty much, it is a whole new world. So, because I want this to feel like a movie or a TV show,
Yeah.
the camera pans it across so that you can see all of the islands that make up Duskfall, because it is very much like Venice, where canals are all throughout the city. And I think we zoom in to street level. Going amongst the streets, there's more rich, affluent neighborhoods and less affluent neighborhoods. Some might call them slums. But we kind of zoom through those, and you see the hustle and bustle of the city, and I think the camera zooms into one state house that may be our party's hideout. In a once, clearly, if you look at the buildings outside, it was a once affluent part of town, no longer as such. Describe for me, Val, the outside of the building, and then describe your character for us.
Is it my building or is it Doc's building?
I thought it was your building.
It's my building. I'm just double checking. I'm just.
RAWR power up our table.
I could have the story wrong.
Yeah, nope. It's fine. Nope, it is definitely my building. This building is it's a townhouse, so it's kind of like the middle of the, like, you know, in this neighborhood. It's built with very, very sturdy brick. There is like a bay window on the ground floor, sort of thing. But it's it doesn't look like it's been kept up, like, garden wise, or like the outside in a while, sort of thing. But it still looks lived in. It's just nobody really has done any gardening in a while. And the reason is because the current resident of this townhouse is a teenage boy, barely teenage boy, as he is 19 years old. And inside of his room, which he has taken upon himself to have the largest master bedroom on the 3rd floor. It's what you would think that a teenage boy's room would look like. Like, he doesn't pick up after himself too much clothing-wise and junk-wise. There's not a lot of garbage. But he does tend to, like, just kind of throw things on the floor as if he expects somebody else to pick them up, sort of thing. The only thing that's completely, like, immaculate, though, like, there's nothing on top of it, it's very well kept up, is his gun case. Because these are his babies, these are his pride and joy. He wants to make sure there's easy access to them. The bed, unmade, but there is what can only be described as a kiddie pool in the corner, where his, like, kind of like a metal tub, where his river otter likes to reside.
Didn't give him a pond outside?
What? No, he stays inside.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
You would separate the otter from Royce? You monster!
Monster?
Excuse me, had to clear my throat there. And I know you said did you give a description of what?
So, Royce is a lanky white kid. He's got, like, a neurotic energy about him. He's just got brown hair. He tends to dress, he has, like, he usually dresses in long sleeves and a vest, and, all of his clothes are really well tailored, sort of thing. But none of them are flashy, if that makes sense.
So they're well fitted. Are they?
They're well made, but they're not, like, flat. Like, they're not flamboyant. Like, they're, like,
And it's not like they're worn out.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Next, we go to Ilya and to Rabbit. Why don't you describe to us what Ilya looks like and her space in the townhouse?
All right. Well, Ilya, she has long hair and a very beautiful but not too beautiful look, as in you could think she's beautiful but not pick her out in a crowd. And she's wearing a slightly revealing dress of the chest area, and in her room, the room looks immaculately clean, almost as if no one is living there other than the bed having some extra blankets and clothes in the closet. But as you go through the room, you can notice that the floorboards creak, interestingly, because she has ripped up some of the floorboards and put in some hidden spaces all around to hide her stuff in.
Interesting. I'm pretty sure
Like
Royce doesn't know about that.
Yeah. No, she hasn't told anyone. She just did it.
I like her already.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. Jamie, why don't you introduce us to your character and
Sure.
his space in the house.
Well, Patches is a strange-looking individual. He'd probably be sitting at his writing desk, kind of going through maybe some papers or some letters or something of that nature. His writing desk would be covered in these kind of different documents and stuff. But himself, he kind of wears this very immaculate uniform of a retainer. He was, born to a noble house, but has pledged his service to Royce. Even though he's a great deal older than Royce, he's probably in his mid-30s. He's kind of striking looking because he shaves his eyebrows and his head and his face every morning when he gets up. He's very kind of OCD about his hair. So he takes a straight razor and just shaves his whole head every day, and he's kind of got this long crooked nose and these kind of rat-like almost eyes and ears, where he just kind of looks a little weaselly, but he's very tall, and other than his cluttered writing desk, his room is very immaculate. Just like his uniform. He has all of his clothes folded and put away, and all of his bed is made and everything. But he does have this one corner of the room with like a filing cabinet and a writing desk that is just littered with papers and crumpled up, files that have been tossed into the wastebasket and fallen out and things of that nature. So that's it. That's Patches. Probably scribbling away at something, trying to get in contact with one of the many people who could maybe help our new organization.
And last, but certainly not least, Jason, why don't you introduce us to Dr. Biscuits?
Dr. Biscuits cares not for your pedestrian introductions. He is clearly busy down in the basement of the house, which he has set up as something of a makeshift workshop in the meantime. Looking around, you can see there seems to be a workbench covered in assorted metallic parts and what appear to be half-completed gizmos. Another corner of the room is set up as something of an alchemy lab. You know what this all looks like, with the beakers and alembics and distillers and all the chemicals going through things and dripping into vials. One far corner of the room, there's just a very simple, almost makeshift-looking cot set up. Dr. Biscuits himself is a fairly dark-skinned man with a shaved scalp and a carefully trimmed mustache and goatee. He is dressed in an immaculate deep red suit with a golden shirt underneath that. And he's just constantly, with a nervous energy, going between the different projects he seems to have running all at once. Checking on the chemicals, then going over to the workbench and picking something up to stare at it quizzically before putting it down. And back and forth, back and forth. He's always got something on the go. And occasionally stopping to make notes on what are probably about 37 different notebooks scattered about the basement.
Fantastic. Who would you say wakes up first in the morning out of the group of people? Or out of the group?
Not
Yeah,
me.
Definitely either me or the professor.
Definitely
The
Dr.
doctor.
Biscuits.
Sorry.
Do you do the cooking for the house, or when you wake up, are you immediately downstairs?
Food is a distraction.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I'm right downstairs, and food is helpful if people make food, but I can manage without it if I have to.
I would wake up and probably be the one who kind of keeps everyone fed and make sure the house isn't a trash heap.
I'm pretty sure Royce makes that difficult for you.
Yeah, it's probably an uphill battle.
Hey, Royce contains his mess.
Oh, he only messes up the room between himself and his otter.
Yes. So, contains his mess. He is definitely the last person down, and he's not dressed, hair messed up, but his otter is just usually either at his feet, on his shoulder, and he would go to the kitchen before even, feeding himself. If there's just, canned fish or, sardines or something, he would, just immediately feed the otter, half awake, even before, even think about feeding himself.
The otter accepts your offering of sardines.
Yeah, he does.
Don't talk to me before my otter has had breakfast.
Yeah. Drink all this.
I imagine, and Jam, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's probably during this process every morning you stick either a mug of tea in Royce's hands or coffee. So that...
Oh yes, well I sit down a plate in front of him. I say, "It's your favorite cold eggs," and then I shove it right in his face, and I hand him some coffee as well. The coffee's still hot, but the eggs are cold.
Fucking love cold eggs. Thanks, man. Where's
Yeah,
Celia?
Ilya's probably sleeping in just because she's used to staying up all night because of the profession of her family, which I can explain a little bit if you want.
That's up to you. These are your character secrets.
Okay. Just going to say that she's the daughter of a prostitute, so she's used to nightlife.
Just out all night.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
night
right.
to have a good time.
Yeah.
So she's used
I've got the
to
Daft Punk song stuck in my head.
Yep,
Nothing.
that's you're welcome.
rock and roll all night and party every day.
um,
So at some point, there's a frantic knock at the door.
like Royce is like, I don't have my shirt on. Someone get that.
I will answer the door, but I don't have enough time to take off my like very my lace apron that I cooked the eggs in.
Lace apron.
Well, you know, like it has like the doily looking kind of frills. It's not lace, but I couldn't think of the word.
So you've seen this boy before. He has brought messages from one of your contacts. Her name is Sarah. You all know she's an arms dealer within the city. And I think he's probably still like, he doesn't realize the door is opened. So he's probably like, I don't imagine he's very tall, so he probably gets you like on the thigh where he's like rapping on the door. He goes, "Oh, excuse me, sir. Mistress said that she had a job for you guys to do if you wanted it."
Did Mistress send a letter, or you just?
Oh, yes. Sorry. He pulls out of a pocket, which after looking at his pants, you're not sure how the pocket held it because they have holes all over that have been like patched, and some of the patches have patches. That was not supposed to be a pun on your name, but he pulls the letter out of his pocket and hands it to you. She'd like to see you as soon as possible. I don't know why I'm so nervous. We've done this before.
Well, I suppose you want a tip or something. Kind of like fish around for like some spare
that would
change.
be nice, so I could maybe bring a loaf of bread home tonight.
How do you like cold eggs?
You have cold eggs? I've never had eggs before. Actually, I probably have had. Oh, and then he pauses for a minute. I think you
Look
gave me
back.
some cold eggs one other time. I mean, if you could spare some.
Your choice: cold eggs or this shiny coin.
I'll take the coin.
All right.
He hands you the letter and takes the coin, and as fast as the knocking started at the door, he runs away. Oh, and he looks back over his shoulder. Sorry for rapping on your leg. I didn't realize you opened the door. Have a good day.
Everybody gets one. And close the door.
oh man, Patches, we need to like next time that kid comes, just have like boiled eggs because boiled eggs last longer. We just give him boiled eggs instead of, because of like standing there like eating eggs, like leaning on the door frame kind of thing. Just boiled eggs, right?
I'm gonna take one of the knives off the table and open this letter.
Oh, water.
We just got a letter.
All I can think of is Dora the Explorer, and I'm the map now. Brain.
Now, I was channeling Blue's Clues.
Oh yeah, well, that's probably why Dora the Explorer popped into my head. Children's television.
We just
Around
got a
the
letter.
time when the guy left, Ilya would be walking out the room really groggy, but be like, "Was there a visitor? Was it for me? What's going on?"
Oh, Ilya, eggs are cold, but they're still there. What's our that lady's kid that always brings stuff, brought a letter for a job. Yeah, we got a job.
She'll just nod and then walk to the eggs.
So
Don't talk to me before I've had my egg.
Put on my reading glasses.
Aww.
Patches opens up the letter, and basically inside it says, I want you to run a load of dynamite and explosives into the city for me. And you all know that, like, dynamite and explosive is not something allowed in the city. Which is why
Badass.
she's hiring you. I know you will have discretion and be a professional in accomplishing this job for me.
Yep. That's what we are. We're professionals. We are
And I think she says,
professionals.
meet me at the taverns by the dock, or the tavern by the docks, and she'll give you a time, which is in the future.
Well, I don't know why she thought it was a good idea to entrust these children with explosives, but as long as we're around, you'll be happy about this. And kind of gesture towards the Dr. Biscuits, but you know much about dynamite, explosives?
Yes, no, very, very, very much. Volatile substances are an absolute delay. You can do so much with them. Why do you ask?
Well, we're gonna have to move some. You know, if we're lucky, maybe we can take home a souvenir for you.
Yeah. Ooh, simply the goods. That's not something we're supposed to do, but it's so tempting. They must expect us to do so.
Who knows? But yeah, I'll just pass it around, make sure everybody knows what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. When are we going to be doing to do that? I'll wrap up here. I'll be upstairs shortly.
It's like 2 or 3 hours in the future, so that you can. She makes it seem urgent, but it's not like urgent that you have to leave like right this minute.
Yeah, I mean, like, who goes to a tavern in the morning, right? Like, right? Can I even get into, like, what's the drinking age in Duskfall?
Probably isn't one.
Oh, okay, so.
Probably, yeah, not really.
If you can
enforced.
afford to drink, then you probably can.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we can, sounds dope.
You suspect that, like, Royce would know if you were trying to do this at night, it might be a little bit more difficult to get inside of a tavern, but because it's, like, the morning, they're less suspicious about it.
I mean, do they serve food? It sounds like a great place to get lunch, like, at the same time. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
And you know she's not going to the most reputable, like, not having you meet in the most reputable tavern.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's at the docks.
Everything's at the docks in this place.
Either at the docks or on a canal.
Yeah. Well, the canals are the better taverns. We all know this, right? Like, that's, and Royce just, like, looks around like he knows absolutely nothing.
Smile and nods.
Clearly.
So yeah, when do we want to go? Should I put on the brown shirt or the black one? Like,
Maybe the red shirt, the brown pants.
Okay, sounds good. That's why I keep you around, Patches. You have much better fashion sense than I have.
Yes, well.
Julia just snickers because she understands the joke.
I think someone does.
Like, out of character. Like, Val got it, but not Royce.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I'm getting the feeling that Royce is pretty oblivious to everything that doesn't have to do with guns.
Just a little bit. Sheltered boy.
We can load our weapons and suit up. Do a little montage. I guess we need to maybe get information on who this person we're meeting with is, or do we know her fairly
You
well?
know her. You know her. You've probably done some probably more minor arms trafficking for her prior to this to build up a reputation to be able to, actually smuggle in the forbidden stuff. So you know her. It's not an issue.
All right.
Cool.
She's one of the contacts off of your cruise sheet, in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
This game makes my life so much easier. Tables and suggestions for everything.
Sure.
It is really good at that. And yeah, even the contacts you don't select, you can still use. Mostly to fuck us over.
All right. Cool. All right. Cool. I'm putting on the red shirt and the brown pants. Do you think I'm gonna need to bring any pew pews with me?
You probably always carry them anyways.
Yeah, I do. But there's different kinds of pew pews. Just like what are I got it. I'm gonna be alright. Guys. And he kind of like twirls to go back up the stairs, trips over the first step, is like, I'm okay, and makes it back up, like his otter just weaving through his legs as he goes up.
Yeah, that otter probably does like the figure 8 through your feet. So like it'll be behind you and then it'll cross over one leg and then probably eventually gets bored and just scampers up the stairs and probably jumps right into the pool just because he knows something exciting is happening and to make your life difficult. Yep.
Yeah, he picks up on Royce's energy very quickly.
Does anyone have anything specific they need to do before we leave?
Without knowing the job, it's hard to know. So I think probably fine.
Okay.
Take off this heavy leather apron I use in the workshop over top of my immaculate suit. Then probably spend time brushing on my suit to make it, look presentable.
More immaculate?
Exactly. And I'll bring my cane with me, obviously. You've all seen me walk around plenty without my cane, so it's obviously it's less of a cane and more of a swagger stick, I guess.
Are you pimping? Is that...
Do you have a top hat? Because that brings Doctor to a whole new meaning.
A top hat?
Or
I don't...
Pimp hat was what I was thinking, but okay.
Like just a wide brim.
You know what? I'm either gonna leave it to the other players or Twitch chat to decide what kind of hat I have, as long as it's not something ridiculous. No propeller beanies.
That is also something that could be donated to decide which hat that you wear.
If you donate the $10, you can make me wear a propeller beanie.
There you go. Those are just things that can happen with your money.
Yeah. Otherwise, I put a picture of my character over in the Discord if anybody looked at that. But yeah.
Saw that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I really need to be kind of spooky or whatever, I have one of those lovely Victorian plague doctor masks as well. And Spiritus Lupus thinks I need a fedora.
Tip, milady.
Marshmallow wants a top hat.
So, if no one has anything specific, I'm assuming you gear up and you head to the tavern. Once you get there, like I said, you've probably met Sarah there before. You see a slender, dark complexioned dark-haired, probably either dark brown or black lady sitting at a table or a booth. There, that's the word I was looking for. Into the corner, and she's sitting there by herself.
We won't keep her waiting. Just join her.
I think she sees you guys walk in, and she probably looks up and motions towards you all to come and have a seat. And once you do, she will begin, and she says, "Thank you for joining me. I hope that my messenger was not too much of a trouble, too much of a bother for you today. As you know, things are my business is moving things more quickly than I had expected, and you guys have done me well in the past, which means I would like you to smuggle in some explosives and some alchemical components to into the city. Do you think you guys can handle getting out of I can't think of the barrier.
Lightning.
Well, it's the ghost barrier, but I'm sure it has a more technical name.
Lightning. It's a lightning barrier.
That's what I thought, but that didn't seem right to me.
It's electricity actually works against ghosts, which is why there's a lightning barrier.
I'm sure you all have your ways of getting in and out of the lightning barrier without too much trouble.
That is no difficulty at all, as you know.
Now, there's something I need to know before we start agreeing.
There's a lot you need to know, but...
How much are we going to be smuggling?
Well, there are several crates of what I need on an island outside of the lightning barrier. There are empty crates so as to not rouse suspicion if you only have two.
Gotcha.
Believe me, I've done this before, so I've thought of everything I can think of.
So, we'll have to take the boat there, pick them up, transport them back. Do you want us to bring... I guess I should use my character voice. Do you want us to bring the explosives here?
She has a crude map out on the table, on kind of a small piece of parchment. And you see docks, not the ones that you're out in front of right now, in a different district. And she marks a warehouse nearby these docks, but they're different docks. I would like them taken there. From there, they should be kept safe by my men, and we should be able to move them from there where they need to go.
Sounds like a plan. Any other information that we need to know?
Is there anybody holding the cargo out of the city that we will need to talk with, or is it perhaps just all squirreled away in a secret hold?
My hope is if everything goes according to plan, you get there shortly after they leave it on the island.
Then drop it.
I'm expecting that in 2 hours they will be at the island, which she draws. Like, you see some islands around the crude map It should be cached on this island, and she takes out her quill and draws another X on the map. It should be on this island. Can you guys do this for me?
Can we? Ha! Of course we can.
Truly, your artistic talent is without compare.
You don't need to flatter me.
What's the payout on this? Is this...
I don't remember how that works.
I don't know either. I'm just kind of that's something I would ask.
There,
I don't.
there is a payout formula at the end of that based on the things, but
Just
in game,
paraphrase.
it's just we're gonna get paid.
Yeah.
I think she looks at you like, we've done this before. I promise you, you will get rewarded handsomely for your work today.
All right. Well, if Royce trusts you, then I suppose it's fine.
As long as I get the money, I don't care. I've done enough jobs to not care anymore, other than what I need.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
So it'll be a dead drop and then bring it back to the city.
Come
Not
on.
going far. That's pretty straightforward. We shouldn't have any real trouble with that.
Doesn't sound like doesn't sound like an issue. We're good. Yeah. Sorry. I apologize for my joke. I thought it was appropriate, but it definitely wasn't.
Was there a joke?
Patches. Thanks.
Would you like to? We're gonna need some time to prepare, so we might as well go ahead and head back and get everything ready. You'll be in touch? Is there a place or some way you'd like to get in touch with you when the whole job's done?
How about this? I shall be back later at the same tavern. Send word here, whether that's when you have the job completed.
All right.
Cool.
We'll let the
Cool.
We'll let the staff know. I'm sure they can get in touch with you. All right. I'll shake her hand and see my way out.
Follow suit. Otter swerving.
Well, I'd probably wait for Royce, I guess, because you're supposed to be the leader of this. Whole...
I am the leader, whatever.
Right.
But I just if you look to me, I'm gonna nod my head for you to go first.
Oh, I'll show you I'll gesture towards the door and tug on your sleeve no, it's time to go.
I think
Yeah.
as much as your otter sticks close to you, I think somehow underneath the table, the otter has crawled over and sat on the booth bench next to her, and she's just scratching his head like you do with a puppy dog or a kitten.
Oh, he likes look. Mr. Biscuits likes him, so we're good. Like her, we're good. Yep, Biscuits. Let's go. Otter, John Doe, unnamed.
So confusing.
unnamed aquatic mammal. We are to skedaddle, sir.
I think you see, it sit on its haunches so that you get its head above the table, cute and adorable, and then it turns around and runs after you.
Ah, I love you. You're so cool.
What is the pet's name? Well, you ought to know.
You otter, no.
This is gonna be a long campaign, guys. Just kidding, I love puns. That doesn't mean I can't groan a little, though. Fantastic. So you guys are gonna do all of your preparations. We're gonna fast forward to you gathering all your stuff and getting it, because that's what happens. You don't do a bunch of planning, it just kind of happens. So, who wants to be the unfortunate soul who opens up the crew sheet and rolls an engagement?
All right. Well, first we need to actually know what we're doing. So, the engagement roll, which is the start of the mission slash score, whatever, is that going to be the picking up of the goods, or are we already going to have it picked up and then we're going to have to engage things on the way back?
I was thinking you have to get out there and back without being detected.
Yeah. So I did miss like some of the like plan or whatever. Can you just explain to again exactly what the plan is?
She wants you. So basically, 2 ships passing in the night. Someone's dropping off cargo on an island outside of the lightning barrier.
Mm-hmm.
She said, ideally, if this works, the timing works out, they will drop it off in a short time period before you go out to the island. And she's given you a map with the warehouse where she wants it dropped off and the island where you're going to go and pick it up.
Okay, cool. All right.
So yeah, it's go out, pick up a dead drop, and smuggle it back into the city. But yeah, not having a really defined thing makes it a bit hard, because the engagement role, you choose the plan, which you choose the basic plan: assault, occult, deception, social, stealth, or transport. So I guess it's a transport thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one detail we're supposed to provide is the route we're taking. So I don't know, are we trying to be like deceptive or take a misroute, or are we just going straight there, straight back?
I have I can pass this to a different person if we want to. I can maybe impersonate a goods importer, or goods, like a merchant that does have a license to import goods.
Ooh.
And maybe use that as a cover, and maybe just hope that maybe we can, use kind of a deception tactic. So the route would be, I guess in that case, through the actual like official route in and out of the city.
Fair enough. So yeah, the initial planning phase, we just come up with the one detail, the route and means. So we're going to use the boat, and we're going to take the standard shipping routes
like a checkpoint, probably.
Yeah.
So then we've got the plan, the detail. Then everybody gets to choose their load, how much they're going to carry, which would be light, medium, or heavy.
Which should all be what that means for you. It
So
should be marked on your sheet.
yeah, so it'll have a number 3, 5, or 6. Game-wise, it just affects how we look, like whether we're just a casual person on the street, which is a light load, or whether we actually are carrying stuff, or heavy load is like we're loaded for bear, we look like we're up to no good, or we're having a bulky load or whatever. Given that we're on a ship, I don't think a normal load is unreasonable.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a mechanical impact, but it can have a narrative impact.
Yeah, we look like we're about to go do a job. It doesn't necessarily like.
I think I'll go with the light load if I can, since I might have to pass as like a simple merchant or something.
Well, narratively speaking, you all know that the lightning barrier keeps the ghosts out of the city. So it's just so you know, when you're making this decision, it wouldn't be unreasonable to have something to defend yourself against ghosts.
Yeah, I'm thinking arcane implements are probably what you need to defend against ghosts, right?
Well, with the way equipment works in the system is you don't actually have to choose your equipment in advance. It's just, and in the moment you declare you have that, then you check it off. Your load is just how much stuff you have, but the specifics don't apply until you literally declare, okay, I have that.
Okay.
If you know Dungeon World, it's like adventuring gear. It's kind of a pool until you say what it is.
It's a catch-all term for everything you could conceivably.
Yeah, that's kind of dope. So that way you're not taking anything that you don't need. Where you're like, I wish, like I had my spyglass instead of my lantern, or kind of thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, or you don't it's like, I'm going to bring my heavy armor and shield, and then you end up having a session with no combat or physical engagement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a normal load, because I'm going to, because even official looking boats and officials need a little bit of quote unquote muscle. I'm not muscle, but I'm going to at least look like I'm, with guns, I can look like
He is with gun.
I am with gun, right? That I look like I'm there for at least the protection of the ship. So I will go with a normal load.
Rabbit?
Yeah, I was thinking of a normal load as well because I'm probably going to be wearing my fine clothes and fine disguise kit just because to make this seem more like we're supposed to be here doing this, and that does include a couple of different things that are heavier, so a normal load is perfect.
Cool.
For my...
So I believe character-wise, a light load is more appropriate for my character, even though I want all the checkboxes for normal. Because I would be more, I guess more an officer type. I would be, more directing action rather than involved in the work or whatever. So
Gotcha.
I think I'm going to go with light this time. I'm probably going to regret it, but I'll go with light.
Fantastic. So to start out, y'all have 1 dice. Dang it, 1 die.
For sheer luck.
For simply wanting to do this. And I'm going to pose some questions to you.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me what you think. Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
It's definitely daring since it is illegal to bring stuff like that into the city.
I'll buy that.
And
Okay.
we're doing it, and we're being very deceptive doing it. So.
I would agree.
We're trying to smuggle it through legitimate routes.
Yeah, so definitely daring.
Mm-hmm.
Does this plans detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they are weakest?
So I'm not
No.
sure whether or not the Port Authority would be vulnerable to deception. So that's actually kind of more up to you to answer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that they have any particular defenses or special preparations, but I also don't think you get a die.
Okay.
If you were going in some back alleyway and not going direct, I might consider giving you a die.
Yeah.
Because but I don't think your plan is worthy of taking away a die.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
So look at your character sheet for your allies. And we only need 1. Even if several people have them, it only counts for 1. So
My contact's a bounty hunter, so I don't think that they would this would be any sort of insight on this.
Yeah, same. Mine is a prostitute, so that won't help either.
You never know.
you got anything
You
interesting?
don't know who she slept with, or who they slept
That
with.
is true. I think a prostitute actually would have. What if like your contact slept with someone who's like in charge of shift change or something like that?
All right, if the DM allows it, then.
I would say you argue this as one.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
And I lost the page because I accidentally scrolled in the PDF. Excuse me for a second while I find it again.
All of that is also on the lovely website SRD. So the next question will be: are there any enemies or rivals interfering with the operation? If so, -1.
I would say not at this point.
Okay.
And then the remaining is: are there any other elements not covered by this that you may want to consider? Such as the targets here, or maybe there's, an engagement or a situation going on that might make things more or less tricky. I'm guessing not at this point.
I can't think of any unless
Okay.
somebody else has an idea.
All right. So
Seems
how
pretty
many
straightforward for our first job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many dice are we up to?
3, which is pretty average.
3 is actually really good. So I will roll that in roll 20.
All right.
Hey, that looks good.
And our highest roll is a 6. So our position will be controlled, at least at the beginning. we're in a really good place. We're in control of the situation, and it's a very low risk so far. That is definitely subject to change.
Yeah. Okay.
So, at least in the beginning, anytime you have to make a roll for something, your position will start as controlled until Theater Nerd tells us, no, we screwed up tonight.
Well, that's good.
All right. Cool. Cool. Man, I'm so excited. Oh, it's been a while. Oh, man, it's been a while. We got a job. Kind of doing a little jig as I'm like putting on holstering and stuff and just kind of excited to
Gotta have like a
do
suit
something.
up montage.
Yeah, suit up montage. Yeah.
Montage. People putting stuff in pockets and pouches. And
Yep. Just like
zippers and
just like
buckles and-
close-ups and like quick cuts of like
of
like us.
buckles and things.
Yeah, like with the belt.
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
imagining at some point in this montage, you see the otter grooming himself or itself.
Absolutely.
Like the paws, like rub on my face, like scratch behind the ear. Just because.
I might toss a sardine at him. Like,
He deserves to get a snack, a treat before we go out and do this.
oh, absolutely. You gotta keep up his energy, man.
And then Ilya has to like pry her stuff out from underneath the floorboards to get her stuff ready.
I kind of look down, like look around. It's like, what's that noise?
I go underneath one of the floorboards, and all you see is me pull out this long cane, which is something in my thing, which is a cane sword.
Nice. So we have 2 pimp sticks, rocking
I'm
2
gonna-
pimp sticks.
I'm gonna go get some more coffee out here.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, you also have a sword cane?
Is there a reason for me not to have a sword cane?
Are we gonna be the Pippin twins?
Yes.
Oh man. I imagine Ilya have like also like a beautiful wide brim hat with like a huge feather coming out of it. Like I actually imagine her at this point to just be very Carmen Sandiego with a
Yeah.
cane. Like
My outfit is already red.
yeah.
It's I mean, more of a subdued red, kind of halfway between red and burgundy. Okay, there's a question, Rabbit. How tall is Ilya?
Ilya, I was thinking of making her about 5'2", 5'3", which is tall for women at that point in time, but not too tall.
Fair enough. I was thinking 5'11", so I'm big pimpin' and you're little pimpin'.
No, it should be reversed.
Ooh.
Dr. Biscuits should be big, little pimpin', and Ilya should be big pimpin'.
Oh, I'm suffering.
It's like calling the big guy slim.
I'm suffering from Little John syndrome, huh?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, Ilya is much more underworld involved, and I'm just kind of, so you're probably actually more big pimpin' just because you actually get involved in that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, like, my mom in this was literally a prostitute, so I am involved in this.
Was your mom the Ruby of the Sea?
Sure. Too much about the mom.
It's a Critical Role reference.
Oh.
I'm gonna have a forever image of Ilya being Jester in my head now.
Jester is the best.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to pose this question to you, Val. I need like 5 minutes before we get started
Mhm.
with. Can we take 5 minutes?
Yeah, take 5 minutes. It's absolutely. Like, do you want an out-of-character question for me or in-character question?
No. That was my.
The question was you need a fiver?
Yes, I need.
Yeah, absolutely take a fiver. Go ahead. You're good. Don't worry. Take
Okay,
a
cool.
fiver. Everyone go to the bathroom, fill up your coffee. Jamie already did that. This is a great...
Take care of yourselves.
Take care of yourselves. This is a good reminder that this is a viewer-affected game, so, help us out, which we have gotten lots of wonderful help today already. Spirit has donated a critical roll to Jammy, and Drew has done 3 rerolls to both Jammy, Rabbit, and Jason. So,
You guys.
absolutely. So, not Royce. Royce doesn't get anything. But
what Royce has is an overinflated ego.
it's true. He does. He has an overinflated teenage boy ego.
Ability of youth.
So some of these things. He's got a lot to deal. Whenever someone was just like, "Hey, how do you imagine Royce's personality?" And all I could think of was just like Shia LaBeouf. Like
So Royce is an actual cannibal?
he might no, but like I don't know, depending on like how he's like affected in trauma, you never know. Like we might actually have actual cannibal RC Cola.
So 5-minute break.
Yeah, take a $5. I am just, if you need to go to the bathroom and stuff, go right ahead. We're just shooting the shit and talking and being promotional and trying to still be entertaining while there's a 5-minute break.
Alright, when I come back, I might try to put my camera on again just to see if it works, but
Okay.
tell me if it's really weird with my audio.
Oh, absolutely. Don't worry about it. I'm also going to take another bio break myself. So, Jammy, it's up to you to entertain our viewers while I pee.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna take a minute to try and address some real life stuff here, but yeah. The other Fortune in the Dark game I played, this is the normal time for a break. It's right after the engagement roll to give the GM time to prepare. So,
Right. It seems like a fun system. I'm wondering where it goes from here. But I'm very excited. I think it's kind of cool that a lot of the stuff that the spider character class gets, it doesn't take up room on your load.
oh yeah.
So I think like 4 of the things that I can choose to pull out if I need them.
Yeah.
They're just freebies, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, anything in italics is 0 load, so. But yeah.
Huh.
And so anything that's in your specific section, which is like the gray section or whatever, is unique to you,
Right.
but still counts for load or whatever. And then there's anything in the white is the standard items that are available to everybody.
None of the standard items are in italics, right?
I don't believe so. I'll
I don't
just flip
think
back. I don't have the PDF open, but I'll just flip back to Roll20. Yeah, no, all the
Yeah.
standard items are that. The one thing you notice, armor has a lot of boxes, so armor is 2 load on its own. But if you want it upgraded to heavy, that is actually 3 more, so a total of 5.
Wow.
Which means that heavy armor is generally not an option for most characters unless, like, in the Cutter playbook, they have one special ability that gives you more load.
Right.
And so it becomes, but otherwise
that.
heavy armor is really not an option.
Yeah. You're like,
Um,
that's all I'm wearing.
Yeah, and the other thing comes up that I'll go over, but the fine keyword, fine is essentially +1
Oh, yeah.
in this system. So, like, and so how that works is that would add to effect. So if, like, doing a thing would be limited effect, but you're using a fine something to do it, then you'd upgrade to standard effect or whatever.
Cool. So my cover identity is actually fine. So that
Yeah.
helps
Let's
a
go
lot.
ahead and real quick, since Rabbit's here, go ahead and test your audio real quick, hun.
Alright. Just tell me if it is laggy or robotic or anything.
It's definitely more
Because,
laggy
yeah,
and more
that's
robotic
the-
with your camera on, I think.
Alright, so I should just keep it off then?
For now, I'm sorry, honey, but it definitely does help.
Yeah, it's fine. I just wanted to see if my internet was better, but
Yeah, it definitely helps to
Yeah.
turn yours off audio wise. Audio is always more important than video, so
It stinks,
I'm
but
turning it back off.
okay, thank
maybe next time.
you. Yeah, for sure next time. You know, my internet's been a little jumpy this morning too, so there's been some times that we've kind of dipped out. But I think we're just waiting for Jason to come back, unless Theater Nerd, you want to continue without him, but I don't think.
I think he stuck around to make it where I didn't have to talk to myself.
Oh.
So that he's going to the restroom now, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I was talking about how some of the stuff in italics on your load, it doesn't take up space, and then if it's fine, it's a +1 kind of item. So like my false identity or whatever is fine, so I can get a bonus if I use it for a roll or whatever.
Brooke, do you know if my otter can carry anything?
I don't know.
Yeah, like if the animal companion.
I would
Yeah.
say if that was something you wanted for the future, if you spent some time on creating a harness or a rig for it to carry something, I would let you, but it would be a long-term project that you'd have to use downtime action.
Yeah, I just want my otter to have a little backpack.
I don't know if you've ever seen those. This is silly, but you've ever seen those games where you can it's like a simulator game where you just put like a bunch of stuff on two sides of a battlefield and let them like fight. A lot of streamers will play them sometimes, or on YouTube and stuff. But it just reminds me of one where you can put like laser beams on like animals and stuff, and they're just like, it's like an ostrich with like a laser beam on its head.
Sharks
you get
with freaking lasers?
Get a laser beam for your otter. Are we all back?
So it
I
would
think so.
it be able to engage in otter destruction?
Oh man, what if and he has opposable fingers? He could probably set off a dynamite stick.
Yeah. You should have him. You should keep some of the dynamite so he can have dynamite with a laser beam.
No.
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 Guaranteed to blow your mind. Anytime. My penchant for punning is bad enough that my other group actually added bad puns to lines and veils as a hard line.
Good puns are fine, just bad puns. But it does look like we're all back, so, my dear.
Okay. I just posted a picture of what I imagine your otter looks like in Discord. Sorry.
Okay.
I found it on Twitter this morning. It's an otter in military uniform.
Yes.
And now I just want him to have a tiny military cutlass.
Yes.
Saber is the word I'm looking for. Anyway, cutlass.
Oh, that is a beautiful otter.
I just posted it in Twitch chat. There's so much time on this otter. It's important. This is important business, guys.
I'm sorry. I've always loved sea otters and river otters and otters. Therefore, this is worth it to the story.
Get a chance, go to the Georgia Aquarium. They have a pretty large otter exhibit.
Is this canon now that the otter is actually dressed in military regalia all the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You guys have a vehicle and you decided it was a boat, yes? Because
Correct.
that'd be kind of important.
A little bit,
I
yeah.
guess it doesn't really matter. You could have procured a boat. You guys have made it to the checkpoint, and up until this point, you could tell that the blue sashes, which are basically the equivalent of the police, are operating as normal as folks approach the lightning barrier. So what do you guys do?
I'll definitely have my cover identity ready my papers ready to go, just like you would have if you were going to a checkpoint. You would have your documentation out and ready to present it to whoever. Other than that, I'd just be ready for anything. Ready to talk my way out of anything.
I'm gonna stand with Patches kind of like just slightly behind him, with like, you know, my thumbs like in my belt loops, like looking like just like I belong there. I 100% belong there. And I am there I am, you know, just giving him his quote unquote muscle cover.
Yes, I'll be just a bit further to the side, leaning on my cane, just nodding to the people, nodding to anyone who will look at it.
Cool. I would like to have a roll. So the blue sashes, the boat rolls up to the blue sashes. Well, not rolls because it doesn't roll, but you know what I mean.
It
Sails
rolls.
up, motors, putters, whatever. Up to the boat, and the blue sash asks for your papers.
Of course. They're right here. Everything should be in order, and I'll kind of like pull out my fine cover identity. It's of some, probably like a spice merchant or something similar. Kind of hand it to him. Bundle of forged identity. Maybe even a real identity that I've stolen.
Okay, I would just need to check.
I can also tell you what it says about this. It doesn't say much about what this item is, but I think it's so that you can kind of improvise with it.
Do you have the text from the PDF?
Yes, I do. I will put it in the.
Oh, it might actually be in here.
I'm gonna throw it in our Roll20 chat so that the audience can see it as well.
Paperwork, printed stories, rumors, false relations. So I'm gonna say that this is specifically paperwork. Like, there's some sort of identity document that every person has or should have. Every legitimate person has, and he looks it over.
Dab my sweaty forehead with my handkerchief. It's hot out here, isn't it?
Fucking Patches.
Cool. I think he looks at it. You also hand him like documents that say, you know, that you're a merchant. This is your merchant vessel, like
The vehicle registration, that kind of stuff.
yes.
The document.
Actually, based on that paperwork, I would say that there's not really a role.
Fair enough.
You've gotten sufficiently good at forging what you need to pass as another person. However, I don't know if that counts as one of your load, but you should mark off that you use this item for...
It is a 0 load one.
Okay.
For my class.
Yeah, it is fine quality, which is like +1 or masterwork equivalent.
So I guess that makes sense that.
Although
it
our
would be
base
like a
quality,
veteran.
our
and-
base quality is our tier, which is currently 0. So
It'll be 1 above that.
Fantastic. And I think as you continue to putter on by, I think you notice some of the blue sashes. Is that the right name? Well,
Blue
it is now.
coats. But there were coats in the book, but you want to call them sashes?
I
Sure
like
thing.
sashes.
I
I
like
like
sashes way better.
Yeah,
there's
like they have like a
there's a red
blue
sash
stripe.
gang in
Oh,
the
maybe
book,
that's what I'm getting confused with.
and the blue
But
coats are the police, but we can call them blue sashes. That's much more.
they wear blue sashes and whatever the heck colored jackets they want. And the blue sashes are what.
White.
I feel like that might make sense in a very rudimentary kind of militia style police force where people wear their own clothes, but they have like the sash that they put on. To
They're probably
identify.
actually more regimented than that. They're probably
Oh,
more
really?
like the actual.
But just in case they're ever caught in
I
a
don't know.
situation where they have to put their sash on and suddenly become a cop, then it's easier to carry your sash around with you than it is your uniform.
There you go. Thanks, Val.
You're welcome.
So you guys keep on rolling by. You're getting up to the lightning barrier. And as you pass through, who is closest to the front of the ship or the boat right now?
Probably Patches.
I volunteer.
Well, I'm only saying that because you were there talking to the person. But at the same time,
It is probably a small distance away from where the checkpoint is.
okay, I could also be standing in front, like easily, because I am a scout. So,
That's
it
what
probably
I was thinking.
yeah, it
There's
probably
a
makes sense for
lookout.
me to be lookout into the front.
I
Either
don't
that or-
volunteer.
Well, I mean, yes, we have a boat. I didn't imagine it was a big boat, so I don't think we would have like a tall mast with a crow's nest on it.
No,
Like a small barge kind of deal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, as Royce,
Mhm.
while you're standing at the front of the boat and pass through the lightning barrier,
Mhm.
or are allowed to pass through the lightning barrier, what you see happen, you actually see, or you actually feel rather, you actually feel a cold chill go through you.
Oh,
And it actually lingers for a little bit. What do you do to try to fight off that feeling?
Ooh. What do I have? Like, how do I fight
You
off?
can do any of the various skills.
Okay.
Some make more sense to try to fight off the.
Can I sway it away?
How do you sway this
Okay.
soul-
So as this like feeling kind of like as this feeling kind of comes down upon me, and I'd be like, nope, you can't, nope, I am very important today. You will not ruin this for me. Leave.
Okay.
I literally, whatever the feeling is, just directly fucking talk to it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Go ahead and make a sway roll.
Okay.
I'm going to say you're controlled at this point, but it's going to have a limited effect on what is giving you the feeling.
Okay. So I have 1 pip in sway, so that's 1 dice.
If you're using Roll20, you can just click the word sway and it'll macro.
True, but I still would like to know the mechanics behind it.
That's a good question.
So yeah, 1 pip, you would start with 1 die.
Okay.
So it's 2.
Yeah, you start with 1 die for 1 pip.
Mhm.
You then have the option to either push yourself by spending 2 stress to get an extra die, or you can take a devil's bargain and basically negotiate a consequence that's going to happen for your roll no matter what to take an extra die.
Mhm.
I would say it's risky, actually. I changed my mind.
It's
Looking at-
risky? Okay.
Okay. If you have any special abilities that would apply to this, I don't think we do at this point. Those could apply. If somebody else was directly offering assistance, they could spend 1 stress to give you 1 bonus die.
Mhm. I would like to say it is obvious that Royce is talking to himself, so if anyone would like to assist him, like, maybe slap him across the face and tell him to get a hold of himself, like, that's...
I will not directly assist you, but maybe give you a bonus if I can. Maybe I have to take stress to do this, but I have a spirit bane charm that I could let you hold. for the
Oh.
duration of the trip.
I also have a Spirit Bane charm, too.
Well,
So,
then
yeah.
why
I would
didn't you
say-
use that, you dingus?
Because I didn't click it off yet.
I would say you could give yourself another die if you choose to use that to.
Yeah, I will use my Spirit... I have a Spirit Bane charm on. I'm going to click it off. See, it's my first roll of the game, guys. I'm just trying to...
I'm just being silly, you dingus.
Alright, cool. So that's 2 die 6, right?
So, yeah, if you're rolling physical, that would be 2 dice.
Okay. And if I
It's
click...
3. Isn't it 3? Doesn't she start with 1? She has 1 pip, and I gave her a 3rd.
Where'd the second one come from?
I thought, oh, so it's the number of your dice default. Okay, never mind.
Default
No, you're
number
good.
of your dice is equal to how many pips you have.
Okay.
I was thinking it was the same thing as the engagement roll, where
Oh.
simply by existing.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, if you're rolling something with 0 dice, you roll 2 dice with disadvantage.
Yes, now I remember.
So yeah, so you would have 2 dice under sway, position risky, effect limited. So that'd be, you click sway and then you get 1 bonus die when it prompts you.
Okay, cool. Cool. Sway. And prompt...
Risky.
I'm just looking to... I'm sorry. I should probably be on roll 20. That's why.
Oh.
Okay, risky. Submit. Effect is what?
Limited.
Limited. And
Yes.
bonus die is 1. Okay, this is why. Alright, cool. So, submit.
So you got a 6, which is success with no consequences.
There we go.
I think what happens is you feel it linger for a second,
Mm-hmm.
and somehow it gets swayed. It seems to dissipate for the time being. And I will give you that you probably assume that this is a ghost. But because you aren't attuned to the spirits, you can't say for certain.
Okay, but I assume it's a ghost, so as soon as I see this kind of do whatever, I was like, haha, yeah, piss off, ghost.
Yeah, because ghosts are a part of everyday life. Everyday ghosts about them.
Yeah,
They're not
piss
unusual.
off, ghost.
Yeah,
Let's not
you
tempt fate.
He's gone. Anyway,
There
sorry.
are things that can give you chills that aren't spirits. Just saying.
True. But it did just come out of the lightning barrier, so it's a
Right.
good assumption. Piss off, ghost. All right.
So you guys sail on relatively unaffected, and get to the island now, and are trying to retrieve the goods. Does somebody? Let's see, Dr. Biscuits. What are you doing during the boat trip and now?
During the boat trip, I'm probably acting as the captain of the boat. Although it's a small boat with just a few of us on that, so I'm probably also the one steering it.
Okay, why don't you do this?
Uh-oh.
You have a map,
Excuse me.
so I will give you +1 die.
Alright.
I want you to tell me how you are attempting to navigate to
Excuse me.
the island.
Oh, so navigating to the island. All right. Well, I mean, operating a device definitely falls under Tinker, kind of a big catch-all for mechanical. But if I'm supposed to be using the map to figure out where I'm going, that would definitely more be of a study. Study a person, document, or item with pro scrutiny to gather information and apply your knowledge.
So I guess it's up to you.
Yeah.
As to whether or not you use the map.
Using a map is generally a good idea, especially if we're supposed to go to a certain place on the island. So I'll go with study.
Do you have, this might be a little meta, but are you skilled in study, or do you need You need
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got 1 point in study.
I could give
Everything's only
you-
1 or 2 points at this point, so.
Right.
Mhm.
All right.
Give you a bonus one.
So is this controlled? I
I'll
would
save
assume.
my assistance.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're not in any danger at the moment.
Yeah. So
I'll wait.
control standard. What on this thing? There's a 6. So
Okay, you guys make it there a lot quicker than I think any of you expected with your little puttering engine. Steam engine can carry you. I think he probably also tinkered to make it a little bit faster.
I'm gonna look over at Elia. It's like, good thing you found this guy. He's really good at driving a boat.
I love the feel
Julia
of
was
the
just
cold air in my hair.
Oh, what was that, Rabbit?
Sorry, yeah, rabbit.
It's okay.
Julia would probably just be nod and be like, yeah, good thing I found him.
Whew.
But they try to sound certain as possible. Like that was the plan.
We did miss a little bit of this, but I think we got the gist of it. Yeah, just
Roboted out.
a little robot, like
Because of
in the
air.
middle. We caught the beginning, like you were a robot in the middle, and then we caught your end. But this was the plan the whole time. Say that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
It's like, huh, all right.
And yeah, just pretend was the plan.
Gotcha.
Okay. So you get to the island. You actually just see the other boat pull away. And you see very obviously where they stashed the goods. They made it pretty obvious to you all. Where it was left. So you load it up. And this is where you now see several boats on the horizon coming, several boats coming from the horizon, several boats coming from where you came from. Like some other faction was trying to possibly get their hands on these goods as well.
Ooh. Couldn't be easy, huh? Couldn't be easy. Couldn't be easy. Damn it.
Said there was fake empty crates here too, right?
Correct.
Let's take one of these sticks of dynamite, put it in one of these empty crates with the rest of the empty crates, and when they come up, maybe set it off remotely if we can, if we have any way of doing that. I don't know if the doctor has any. He's tied up at the moment, but when he might have some kind of fuse or something that we could use. We could all like hide behind. I'm thinking like maybe we hide with the real stash with us, and then a fake stash, and when they go to pick it up, we blow it up. Or if we don't want to kill anybody, we could try something else. But
I'd almost want to just like maybe off steer them somehow. Like we don't necessarily have to blow them up or shoot them, but I'm ready to do that if you need it. But maybe we can just
I'm still moving crates onto our boat.
Yeah.
Discussing this.
I'm gonna actually stop moving crates so that way I can just be a little bit more observant of these boats, since that's my job. And I'm not actually muscle. But I might even at some point just like climb on top of some stacks of crates to just kind of get a better look. I will like to maybe, how many boats are there?
4 total.
4 total. I would like to use my spyglass because I will take that and look and see like what are like maybe how many people are on the boat.
Survey.
Yeah, like survey like how many people are on the boat. Like, how are they equipped and that kind of stuff? Like, are they ready for a fight, or do they not expect competition, sort of thing?
What skill would you like to use?
Survey.
Okay.
I get... Yeah. Alright, so...
I would say right now it is controlled. Or I guess it's still probably risky that if you're standing out in the open, they can spot you as easily as you can spot them. And it would be standard effect.
Okay. I could also use my scout ability.
Which does what?
When you gather info to locate a target, you get a +1 effect. When you hide in a prepared position or use camouflage, you get 1 die to rolls to avoid detection. Maybe I can... Maybe to really get a good look at all of this, instead of, like, standing on the crates, I can... so what is this, like... What is, like, the geography and the plant life and all that stuff here on the island?
It's kind of a rocky island.
Okay.
There's a rock building, rocks with some sort of mortar between them that has, or rock bricks. That is, like, just one corner and then, like, 2 demolished walls. That I always hate because I get stuck in them and fall out.
I'm kind of thinking maybe, like, kind of wedging myself between some of these rocks that might be, like, have a little bit of a vantage point, but at the same time kind of, like, be between 2 of them to really see that with my scout ability, if that's something I can do.
Cool.
So I would get 1 extra dice to that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now, is it risky? Is it controlled now that I'm in the rocks?
So, standard effect would go to whatever's after that. Not limited, but the other direction.
In which case would be great effect. Okay, so you're adjusting effect, but not the position?
It says you get +1 effect and +1 die to avoid detection. If you hide yourself.
Okay.
So you're not rolling to avoid detection at this point, so it would still be risky, but you, instead of standard effect, you get a great effect.
Gotcha. Cool. Great.
Essentially, position is how much risk you're putting yourself at, and effect is how much you actually accomplish.
Cool.
That is... Wow, that... How did you have so many dice?
I don't know. I did it correctly. I just did 1. I have 2.
You have 2, so when you...
I should have done 3.
Does those 2.
Yeah.
If you got +1 die, you would have added that in bonus dice. But
yeah, that's all. I just added 1. Let me do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Maybe it misclicked because my mouse is bad. Okay, we're risky. We're great. And I have a bonus dice. There we go. That's better.
Yeah. 6 is still good. No consequence.
So at this point, they don't see you. But you see them. Or you're able to look at probably the 2 boats that are, just given the way that this is facing, that are coming towards you from the horizon. And each of those boats look like they have a driver and then 2 other people on them.
Cool.
And you can relay this information.
Yeah, I'll,
I should probably... They look like they are armed with both, blade weapons and guns.
Okay. Are all these boats, do they look like they belong to the same faction, you think? Or are they, like, working against each other?
So, from what you can tell, the 2 that you were able to get a good look at, these boats are about the size of your guys' boat.
Yeah.
The 6 people you see appear to be all from one faction.
Okay.
Are they? Sorry if I'm out of line. Are they flying any colors on their clothes or on their boats or anything? I know they're small boats.
Yeah.
So
Are they?
probably
Yeah,
not
that's a
any
good
flags
question.
or
Are they
anything.
flying any colors?
No, they're trying to look inconspicuous.
Okay. So okay.
Much like you guys.
Okay. But they maybe just like the uniforms of like the boats or something. Like they all look like they're not trying to like stop each other, so it looks like they're working together.
Correct. At least.
Okay.
And you don't know if the four of them are working together, or if it's two boats for two different
Okay. Okay.
You can't tell that.
I can't
sure.
tell that for sure. I just know at least two of them are working together. Not sure about the other two.
And you know that there are 6 people total between the two boats you were able to look at.
Between the two that I was able to see, not the other two. Okay. So, I will kind of slide down. You probably hear my boots scrape a little bit. Okay, guys. This is what we got going on here. We got 4 people, 4 boats, 2 at the front, totally working together. Can't really tell those guys in the back. They're too far away. Can't tell. It's kind of dark. But 2 boats, sure. There's like 6 people in them. They are definitely working together. So already, like, we are outnumbered, and then we might be severely outnumbered if the 4 behind them are working together. That would suck. That would just, no, man. But yeah, we either have to work fast, or I don't know, we gotta go. We gotta go fast.
We're not going to be able to outmaneuver 4 different boats on open water.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is like move fast enough to maybe they don't notice we're here, or unless they do, I don't. Okay.
I mean, if we can see them, they probably can see our boat.
That's true. All right.
And we have to pick up a couple of crates of dynamite. Can we move fast while picking those up?
I think it's quite a few.
Depends on how big the crates are.
I'm going to say that they're not huge crates.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't see them unload it, but presumably one of you could pick it up and carry it.
I am still going to. I'm still in favor of my blow some of these people up idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if anybody's up for that, but I think that taking out half of these people at once could be our best bet, instead of trying to outrun all of them or fight all of them. But then again, murder is wrong.
You're criminals.
I feel vindicated that somebody else came up with using explosive ideas first.
Yeah. I mean, I could try to sway them to leave us alone. I have been trying to be more persuasive.
Out to leave empty-handed, though.
So right now you're loading the boxes in the crates into.
I guess. I mean, it's a group decision, and one of our group members isn't here, so. But it really just depends on what we're all in favor for. I would like to talk our way out of the situation, Ilya, but I just don't know if it's gonna work like that. I think that's more of like a last resort kind of thing.
Yeah.
For this one, at least. Just because I don't know these could be pirates or they could be nice people. I don't know, but
I mean, I can tell when they're lying. That's what I made my character's special ability, to always tell when someone's lying.
Which is very good in this business.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
not useful if there's a possible armed conflict.
Yeah.
I would say that, if it comes down to it, maybe we can settle something. So, Val, we're kind of waiting on you to get back to say it's a final decision. What do we want to do here? What kind of tactic, what kind of approach are we taking? We have a couple of different options.
Yeah, what was everyone's ideas before I do mine?
Well, Ilya could talk to them and maybe we could try and catch their bluff and catch them in some kind of like logic trap and talk our way out of this. Maybe or lie our way out of it if we need to. And me and the doc, I think, kind of want to blow them up. And whatever your idea is. Doc
Okay.
might have another idea.
We
Okay.
have explosives right here.
All right, listen. We can combine these two ideas. Let's try and talk to them, but have somebody hiding that can throw a dynamite stick at their boat if this goes sour.
That might work.
That could work.
Because, you know, like, if we can avoid explosives and being noticed out here, because, like, I'm just thinking, like, oh man, if somebody heard the explosives from the other side of the electric wall and then we're coming back really quickly, they'll be like, what was exploding out there? You know?
Pirates shot us with cannons.
This is a last-ditch idea, and then we'll have to execute something.
Yeah.
We can't, but this might be another witty idea. Fill the empty crates with rocks. Tell them that, hope to God they don't look inside of them. Put a couple of dynamite sticks on top of them, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But try and sell them some empty crates, or try and get them to take the empty ones and hide the real ones.
Yeah.
But I think that hiding and throwing the dynamite stick at them, if shit goes down, might be a good way to initiate a conflict if it comes to a physical altercation.
Mm-hmm.
Empty crate thing might work as in doing that while one of us is talking with someone hiding just in case. Kind of like doing all three at once, but
Yeah, that could be
that
part
will
of our.
also be a bit. Yeah.
Well, who wants to be our dynamite man?
I can throw.
I have 1 point in rec, which is probably the relevant ability here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I guess it depends on how you're doing it, but
Mm-hmm.
I
I could see rec working, or there's one for ranged. But I can't
Hunt.
ever remember the difference between
I have
those.
2 bips in hunt, so.
Yeah, hunt is the normal ranged attack skill. Rec is not normally used for combat, but it's generally for destroying things.
Mm-hmm.
Though you could use it in melee in certain circumstances. But generally, skirmish for melee, hunt for ranged. But other things can apply. Like you're doing all of like a fancy fencing duel, then it's finesse.
Mm-hmm.
But
Gotcha.
prowl covers both stealth and athletics. So,
Yeah, I do have
And-
2 pips in hunt, so if we want to have,
Fighter.
yeah, Royce kind of just like, kind of on, behind, kind of like on the, like how he was scouting, but like hide in the rocks a little bit higher up than like the boat so that he can get, just in case, things go awry, he can, because here's the thing, they can try and like take our shit all they want, but if they ain't got boats, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But we should talk. We should always use our words first.
Yes. And I was thinking maybe making my character the one talking just because I do have 2 pips in sway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and you will do the talking because I've got consort and you've got sway. So
Can
we've got it covered between the two of us.
can Doc just like stand like maybe hanging out with the otter? We'll just have him like with the otter and looking dapper as fuck and just like like leaning
Yes.
against the crates.
Contribute any way he wants.
Yeah, it's true. I just just like the imagining like of everything is just my brain. Sorry.
I'm imagining Egads from Luigi's Mansion. That's Doc. And then a dapper, military uniformed otter hanging out and being best buds now.
I was going to say, the important question is, can the otter play cards?
Of course.
Yeah. Sorry, I am all in favor of an
What kind of
otter
question is
playing
that?
cards. Because now I have the dogs playing poker painting in my head now. Just all otters playing cards instead.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Now I'm
So
just
you see-
thinking that my character would play cards with them just because they do have trick cards.
All right, cool.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So
The boats are nearing. What is the final decision is to try to sway them into.
I'm going to fill a bunch of the empty crates with like half full of rocks and try and give them one, and I take one real crate of dynamite, open it up. I'm going to take one stick out of it. I'm going to hand it to Royce.
Cool.
Actually, I'm
Two
going to give him
sticks.
two,
Two
in
sticks,
case.
just in case. Because the first two boats will get here first. How far away were the other two boats from?
Look like they're coming out of or closer to the lightning barrier.
Okay.
Basically going to have these rock-filled crates and one real one to present to whoever these people are, and then the rest of them either on the boat or elsewhere out of harm's way, so that they don't accidentally get destroyed or something. And then me and my other two companions that aren't hiding can just wait, kind of with a, unarmed, not aggressive stance, kind of.
Sounds good.
I can't think of anything else. What else do we need to do to prepare? That's it.
Well, I mean, Blaze in the Dark does include flashbacks, so you can always, in the moment, decide, oh, I'm going to flashback to a preparation I made.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna just mention that.
Oh, cool.
It's intended to actually work that way. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've ever seen a heist movie like Ocean's 11, you know how they always have, like, the right thing, or they flashback to the right preparation just as it's relevant?
Nice.
That's what this game is.
I love it.
Which is, again, why you don't choose your actual equipment beforehand, just in the moment. It's like, well, yeah, of course I had that one.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. So, Jammy's loading up. Patches is loading up a crate to fuck these guys over with. I'm gonna go in the rocks and hide. Before I go, what is the code word to everything's going to shit? Like, for me to throw the dynamite.
Everything's going to shit.
Nah, come on. Like, we don't want to tip them off. Like, what's the code word?
We
I feel
can't
like
use...
the code word would be definitely something not used in a conversation like this, but would be very normal to say. So maybe something.
Can we hurry this up? My stomach hurts. If I say can we hurry this up? My stomach hurts. Then that means the shit is about to pop off.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
Sure, we can go with that.
I like it.
I thought you were being serious, Jamie.
Yeah.
That's the thing that could come up in a conversation and not stand out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Can we hurry this up? My stomach hurts. Okay, cool. I'm going to listen for that then.
And it matches well because my character's a girl, so they might just think I'm PMSing or something.
Because clearly girls don't poop. Like...
Glad that's agreed on.
Girls don't poop, that's why you get cramps instead, right?
Exactly. That's how this works.
And then according to J.K. Rowling, it's just magicked away.
Jesus Christ. I wish. Anyway, I think that's okay. Anyone else has anything to add to our plan?
In a flashback, maybe.
Yeah, maybe in a flashback, we'll see.
So Royce says dynamite. Jemmy and Rabbit are going to try and, pull off a scam. It's like, yeah, look at this. We're really convincing. And I'm apparently playing cards with an otter.
If that's what you want.
Well, that makes you look very, very, very casual. So, but I mean, I can do stuff if I need to. That's my cover.
Your standby.
Yeah.
Also, hopefully, the fact that there's an otter in military regalia playing cards will be enough to distract him.
All of his stuff is water resistance too, of course.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
It's an otter.
All right, yeah.
I mean, if they're really interested, I could be like, do you guys want around to pull out the trick card?
That is true. All right.
You see the ship or the boats from further off that were coming from the horizon approach, and a guy that I could best describe as Jack Sparrow. Not so much in demeanor and personality, but more of his appearance. Like greasy, clearly spends all his time on the water. Pirate dude.
He's a fucking pirate.
Yes. You can comes walking with an air of like, this is mine now, you guys just don't realize it yet. And says to you, I think you're trying to steal our goods.
There must be some sort of misunderstanding. You see, we were hired by a individual to procure these goods. Who might you be?
That's need to know, and you don't need to know.
Oh, but I would love to know. After all, this is our job, and if we were both hired for the same thing, we would need to know.
Go ahead, Rabbit. Or Ilya, go ahead and make me a risky standard a risky limited sway or consort roll, whatever you want.
I will take one stress to assist this roll to give you one bonus die. As I'm throwing them off, because I will start yelling at the otter for cheating that there are not 5 aces in the deck. The otter's gonna it's gonna go, me? So yeah, one bonus die. When assisting, you don't actually need a relevant skill. You pay the stress and you assist.
I appreciate your description of what you did, by the way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Royce's otter is totally a cheater.
I mean, I imagine Royce being a cheater playing cards, so it's fine.
Exactly.
Like,
So,
otter-like owner? Or, yeah, something like that.
the roll of 5, that's a success, but also complication.
I think he goes up to you, and he gets pretty close to you, to Ilya. He goes, I'm the Baron of the Seas. That's all you need to know. Now, y'all better get off my island. Apparently, he's all American Southern now.
I love it.
Makes sense to me. Well, it's a mighty fine island, and we'll be right out of your hair. But we thought that maybe we could work out a deal. You know, maybe we take some of the crates with us, and we leave most of them for you. We've already got some of them on our ship, you see, and these are still here. So it'd be a lot quicker for us to just get out of here now and take what we have.
Patches. Go ahead and give me a risky...
No, designing.
What now?
And I'm just sure that our client didn't know was controlled by you. I'm sure if we just give you some of the goods, it'll be all fine.
Cool.
I think I'm going to have Patches roll this time. Are you consorting with him? Is that... Because you're supposed to tell me what you're rolling and not the other way around, so...
Really? I think that, yeah, it's probably more of a sway check. Just because I don't know anybody that really has any connections with this guy. if I'm being honest. So I'm better at consort, but I would say it's
Yeah.
probably a sway check.
Consort is like an equal discussion negotiation, where sway is more of a direct persuasion sort
Um,
of thing. Um,
So you're probably right.
I will do a little something to help myself out though. I will go ahead and pull out my fine bottle of whiskey that I have for being a spider, and I'll say, I have this fine bottle of whiskey, and I thought that a person like yourself, they might appreciate a drink on their way back from their sea voyage. It's a rare distillation from my personal collection, potent both in its alcohol and its ability to impress. It's one load.
So I will say your position is still risky. You guys are outnumbered trying to convince somebody who really wants the goods. But it is going to be standard effect this time for you.
Okay.
As he just takes the whole bottle of whiskey out of your hand, shotgun straight from the bottle.
so I'll spend another
It's
stress.
very expensive. Enjoy it.
So I'll spend another stress to give you one bonus die as I burst it. You ill-begotten offspring of a manatee and a river eel!
I think the Baron looks up at you shouting at the eel, or not the eel, the otter. Like, what in the world is going on here?
As the Baron stares, though, like, the otter is going to turn and stare back at him and go,
So it's risky limited. Is that what you said?
Standard.
Risky standard. Okay. And bonus 1 from the assist. Alright. There goes nothing.
Oh no,
Could've
4
been
and
better.
5 is a success.
Success with some kind of
Complication.
Complication.
Yeah.
That's
I
up to the
think-
GM what the complication is.
He is now turning more into Captain Jack Sparrow now that he has been liquored up.
The rum is gone, but whiskey is okay, I guess.
And I think he pulls a pistol. I think he pulls a pistol and tells you to back away from the crate. I'm assuming the crate you have filled is like right in front of him, or right in front of you.
Yeah, I have several crates next to me, one of which is filled with dynamite, the rest of which are just filled with rocks.
Well, if you're gonna let me go, let us go. Back up.
Hey, we're unarmed. I'm unarmed, at least. I can't speak for these otters and such. And back up. Like
I
literally
back
backing
up
up.
as well.
Keep going. Keep going. And I think you see him pull a crowbar like implement. Or he motions to one of the other guys to give him a crowbar. And he gets it. There's one. How many crates did you fill?
I think we might have filled 2 just in case, maybe 3, but
Right, one has dynamite. How many rock-filled ones, Jamie?
Oh, sorry, my mic was muted. I would say, yeah, probably 2 or 3, like Ilya said, because we were strict. We didn't have much time.
yeah. They were all rock filled technically, but the top layer is dynamite from what I understand, right?
yeah.
I thought we only did that for one. Or you only did that for one. I guess I made it a
I figured we just, instead of trying to do that, we just, because it did seem kind of like a time-sensitive thing, maybe we just had one actual crate still full of dynamite to present to him in hopes that he would open that one. But then there are also some filled with rocks, too.
So I want you...
What I envisioned was like stacking 3 crates on top of each other, and the top one had some dynamite.
That's why we have a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna say there's 4 crates total. One of them has dynamite, the other 3 don't. I'm just gonna... Will somebody roll me a d4? If you roll a 1, he opens the one with dynamite.
Speaking of D4s, I would like to roll a D4 as well, because out of characterly, we had German subscribe to the channel but didn't gift anyone, so I'm going to see who gets it.
Okay, I can roll the other d4.
There you go.
Sounds
Sorry,
good.
I just...
Jason
okay,
got it.
You've got it. I was about to type it, but you actually called it, so...
Oh, quick on the draw there.
Yeah, I'll just... And I got it too.
Okay. Okay. Since Rabbit rolled it for us.
Yeah, if they called it, they count.
Yep. He inspects the crates and picks one to open. And you all know it's one with rocks. I'm gonna give you the opportunity as
Can we hurry this up? My stomach hurts.
And at that moment, I'm going to throw lit, because I have a like, I assume we have matches kind of thing, or a lighter or something. I'm going to light the first one and toss it to the furthest boat away from me. Like, I'm gonna light both of them and then just toss them separately. The first one to the furthest boat, the second one to the closest boat.
So the boats that the people were in, because you'll know this, are on shore. Are you aiming for those?
Yes,
Like
the ones on shore. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I mean, they're relatively close.
Yeah, like, I positioned myself to where I would assume they would have been docked and everything, so.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay.
I'm going to say this is risky because you could give away...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to say this is probably desperate.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to probably have standard effect if you can hit it correctly.
Okay.
The standard effect being it blows up the boat.
Gotcha. I can use my hunt for this. I will use my hunt. Since it's, like, ranged attack. As soon as, like, okay, and you want a desperate roll, and you wanted standard, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm not sure how I'd be able to narrate an assist on this, but if somebody else has something useful as an assist, they can take a stress to add a bonus die. Again, you don't actually need any skill, you just need to narrate how you're assisting. But
Can
I'm
my
not sure
otter
if it assists with
assist? Does it have stress?
Wow.
Unfortunately, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah,
Can I just flavor it to where that I'm gonna take a stress point to make it look like my otter's assisting?
Technically, it would be 2 stress.
2 stress
Yes,
points?
you did.
Yeah, it's one for teamwork, 2 for yourself.
Okay.
I could maybe try to do it with the otter. Try to be kind of like, nudge the otter, kind of like, come on, do this, help them.
Well, I just kind of figured, like, my otter is just so in tune with me that as it's just more flavor. Like, I'm just adding 2 stress.
I mean, you can say he probably...
He's gonna jump off the crate and, like, bite some guy's toe to distract him, or run between their legs to, like, and, like, or just be incredibly cute. Just so that they're not looking like they don't see, like, the 2 main guys, like, to where it's like they go to reach in to look at the rocks. Like, when they go to look at the rocks, like, the otter is just gonna bolt, and Patches says his thing, the otter bolts to, like, run between his legs so that they're not looking at the crate or even where the dynamite might be coming from. They're looking down at the otter. That's what I want.
Then I can take stress, because then I can definitely assist with that
Okay.
in a way of making the otter run away.
Maybe he's just so fed up at you yelling at him for cheating that he runs off.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
want to take the stress, I have my assist ability I can use,
Yeah.
Okay.
which will let me assist someone without taking stress.
So yeah, an assist from a teammate gives you 1 die, and if you do spend the 2 stress on yourself, you also get 1 die. You are allowed to combine those.
It's
Okay.
up to you. I want you to play how you want. I just don't want you to get too stressed out our first session.
Yeah. So I am going to try and provoke the otter. I'm going to stand up, throw down my cards, go, 6 towers. You owe me all 20 clamshells. The otter's gonna like throw up their hands, like and start running.
and run and kind of like chitter between these guys' legs. I'm gonna take my stress to give me an extra die. So I have 4, and is Jammy giving me an extra on...
Are you
You
going
can only
to
have
try-
one party member.
Oh, okay, so I have
You
4.
got one-
I have 4 now.
Yeah, you
Okay.
get 1 for yourself and 1 from an assist, so you'd have 2 bonus dice.
2 bonus dice. Alright, let's do it.
Cool.
Good job.
Oh,
As I like
That-
toss the dynamites over to these boats where I'm assuming everyone but the 2 guys that are on like homeboy and first mate are
I'm
on.
guessing. I was gonna say at least the person driving
Mm-hmm.
each of the boats is on the boat.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't think this all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Or I
also,
set this in front of y'all.
Take your time.
I'll give it to you. You can have all 4 of the rest of them.
Cool.
alright. Also, bonus effect. Because you made a desperate roll, you get to mark 1 XP under the attribute for the roll. As soon as
Oh,
it's hunt,
nice.
You get 1 XP insight. So,
Boop. Is that like the top hit, like the little flags? Cool.
yeah, the little
Yes.
flags above hunt on the same block.
Nice.
Insight. So you get
Alright.
1 of those. That's XP, the same as XP you get at the end of the game.
Nice. Cool.
This replaces XP for a failed roll in PvPA.
Gotcha. Cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Ka-chow!
All right, the dynamite flies out and explodes.
Yep.
I am going to take that as a signal.
I was
And
wondering, is there an initiative, or do we just kind of play it by ear?
It'll be one of you guys or 2 of you guys take an action, and then I'll take an action against one of you
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Generally, NPCs they do the action as part of the player action. Like if you fight, then your roll determines whether you hit, they hit, or you both hit. Right? GM doesn't roll as a rule.
But I also can make moves where you have to respond and dodge said move
Yeah.
somehow.
Like one of the characters has a special ability that literally says, whenever there's a question about who goes first, the answer is you. But otherwise, it's just it's spotlighting like a TV.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So I would like to start by doing something now that the explosion is going off,
Okay.
and basically towards the guys who are on the ground that we were negotiating with that are probably going to turn hostile as soon as they hear the explosion. I want to throw a smoke bomb.
Okay. Captain Jack Sparrow has his gun out, just so y'all know.
Yeah.
Or just so y'all remember.
Yeah, I'm tossing a smoke bomb in that area.
So remember, you have 2 other boats that are coming your direction. That you don't know if they're related to these guys or not.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the 2 guys on land.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I want to smoke bomb the guys on land.
Okay.
At the very least, to let my other compatriots have a better chance to get the hell away.
Yeah. With me, I want to pull my sword out of the cane and just be ready as I back up to our boat.
Okay, let's resolve Jason's. Yours is pretty much a free action to get there, especially if the smoke bomb hits where he wants the smoke bomb to hit.
Yeah, it's not like he needs great accuracy with a smoke bomb.
I mean, if you throw it in the water, it's not really gonna smoke.
No, but I was throwing it on the land where we had these disguised crates full of rocks and Jack Sparrow threatening us.
Don't slip.
So
So does he need to make a roll for that, or are we just saying that
Yes.
happens?
I'm waiting for him to tell me what he wants to roll.
Oh, okay.
okay. No, that's probably going to be a hunt for accuracy then. So
I would agree. I will give you a risky standard roll.
I'll take that. And you know what? I'll just roll the one die and see what happens. This will be entertaining.
You have one pip?
I have one pip, so I'm at one die, and then, yeah, I'm willing to take this. I might completely fail, but it'll be entertaining.
Can Jamie assist with this? Oh, never mind.
Good.
Technically,
Okay,
the
so
answer is yes.
that is an outright failure. I mean, the GM can decide I succeed, but I succeed in a really bad way, or just fail.
So I think you fail to account for the wind, and somehow you put some backspin on it, so that you get a face full of the smoke from your smoke bomb. And I think, and maybe not backspin, I think what else happens is it's like kind of a dud. So you get a face full, but it doesn't have much of an effect beyond giving you a face full of smoke.
I'm confused.
Oh no, dog.
It's definitely going to fuck me up if I try and throw more things. But, well, an attempt was made.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think this is at harm levels of awfulness. More
Yeah, no.
annoying, probably.
Harm in
Actually,
this game is pretty nasty.
I would probably say that that's probably a level 1 harm, just because it's a face full of smoke bomb smoke. I don't know if you've ever, like... I'm imagining you get the face full of the smoke, and then your eyes start watering, and you're having trouble breathing, and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff is going on at the moment. Cool. I think, because this failed, I think you see, Ilya, you see Captain Jack level his pistol at you. And what would you like to do?
I'd probably panic a bit, be like, whoa, 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 can we talk this out here? Can we do something else? I mean, I have a lot of things that I can give you. Maybe not all of that, but I can give you a lot of stuff, including a knight or anything like that. Just talk this out, okay? Okay, don't shoot me.
So you're trying to sway him, I assume?
Yeah, trying to sway him to that I can give him something else, including my body literally in this, but to just not kill me or anything like that.
Okay. I'm going to say this is risky.
Definitely.
Actually, no, this is probably desperate, because it's literally the difference between getting shot or not getting shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's limited because at this point, you guys are in the process of sinking his boats.
Yeah, and I will help
Yeah.
her with this, and I say, we don't know these.
Oh no!
You know, this is not how it was supposed to go. We're not with these people, and I'll point at Ilya and kind of help her with my ability.
Mhm.
And that's your second time using it, or just the first time?
This is my first time using it, so you get a bonus die, and I didn't really prepare for this. This is more of an improv kind of like, I'm just kind of going with her story and trying to convince him that, make him just wait, if it even buys us like a second more of time before he shoots that gun.
How did
it's
you
worth
prepare
it.
for this? You did her makeup.
Yeah.
You did her
Not
makeup
giving
and you
you
find
That one.
braided her hair.
So go ahead and roll for us,
All right.
Ilya.
Yes.
I don't think he's willing to talk it out with you, but I think there's a momentary pause where his finger goes off of the trigger, and you can scamper off to the boat.
Can I use that hesitation to take an action or do a thing?
Yes. What would you like to do, Jamie?
Okay, because like I see this guy. How far away from?
I mean, that's kind of up to you. He was crouching down by the crates. Fairly.
Well, I backed up a little bit, right?
Yep.
Because he pulled a gun out. So I would probably be at least 10 feet away from him.
That's fair.
I want to pull out my concealed palm pistol that I carry
Okay.
and attempt to. And I don't know if this works like how it does in the movies, but you said it was like a movie, so I'm gonna try and shoot that barrel or that crate full of dynamite that he's standing next to with my palm pistol.
And you're 10 feet away, so I can't even.
It is
get
a very close range weapon, so
Right.
it might be difficult.
I was just trying to figure out the physics of this for
Also, I might
your
blow myself up.
'cause your effect. Well, because in theory, a muzzle flash could light dynamite on fire,
Mhm.
but it's a small pistol, and you're nowhere near close enough to the crate.
Well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's fine.
I'm gonna give you a desperate limited roll.
Okay.
What are you using to attempt to shoot this? I assume I know the answer, but I should ask.
I am going to go ahead, and I guess I'm using hunt, unless I can use finesse.
I could see an argument for finesse being precise and controlled in where you shoot.
Yeah, and it also is, it's like a hidden weapon, so I'm kind of trying to, while she's talking, I'm kind of like trying to like pull it out of my breast pocket really quick.
I give you finesse, but it's still desperate and limited.
That's fair,
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, different skills can work, but they might change the position and effect because they're not quite as good or if they're really good. So,
Right.
but desperate limited is pretty bad. Could be worse. Could be desperate none.
I believe in you.
At the very least, if it works, it could work.
So, how many dice do you have
I have
for finesse?
one, I think, just one, unless I get
So-
a bonus from the concealed palm pistol.
I was gonna offer up a devil's bargain for you.
Uh-oh.
We'll take a level 1 harm shrapnel,
Okay.
and you can have another dice. Or another die.
Can you remind me what I
Also,
heard
you
earlier?
have
Harm
critical
is pretty
successes.
bad.
Harm, there's no automatic healing in this game. You have a limited amount of downtime actions, and trying to heal is one of them.
And it's not a sure thing.
Yeah, I do have Physiker, which gives us bonuses on healing, but it can still add up and take a while. A level 1 harm, it would be going forward, you would have a reduced effect by 1 step, doing anything that harm would apply to.
Okay.
So
Physical.
You have crits. This might be a time to use one
You
of
have
them.
2 crits, dude.
Oh.
This is
yeah,
kind
I'll
of
use
a
a
big
crit.
deal.
Okay, thank you, audience. I will use the crit that you have given me so kindly. Yeah, I'll go ahead and just do that then.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Instead of the bargain, I guess. Do I need to roll still, or do I get a 6?
No, you just get 2 6s.
yeah,
Gotcha.
crit's a double 6.
Oh, a
so.
double 6.
Double 6s. So this goes off flawlessly. You're able to open up your jacket a la Ocean's 75 it. They're on like 8 million, so
Something, yeah.
75 is reasonable.
I thought there were only
Pull open
4.
your jacket, you pull out your palm pistol, you take aim as he's hesitating at the crate. He is probably right on top of it. He's right on top of the crate. Somehow, you're not really sure how, nobody really knows, the crate explodes, sending shrapnel and rocks and
Wood splinters.
wood splinters and not a good time for Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, so it sends
Copyright
rocks
Walt
and
Disney.
It sends rocks and wood splinters and Captain Jack everywhere.
Captain James Tail Swallow?
I kind of hit the deck like.
Yeah. My otters is like already in the water, like, nah, fuck that shit.
So you are down some of the goods,
Mm-hmm.
but you start to see the boat in the harbor turn away.
I don't want.
These people are crazy. You're not even sure that they were really coming after you. I mean, you don't.
You don't know. There's just four
Whatever,
boats.
they-
Yeah.
We may never know.
Whatever they were, they're definitely not coming after us now.
Who cares?
Yeah. They don't want to deal with you crazy people that like throw dynamite and blow boxes full of dynamite up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What do you guys do now?
I'm going to hop down from like the rocks, like slide down, hip hop. It's like, whoa, that was metal. Okay,
That was dangerous as hell.
patches. Like, and it's just like, all right, so we should probably go now, right? Like, I don't know if these guys are dead or not, but we should go. We should go, and let's have a plan, in case someone asks questions about the explosions. Also, like, what if they look at the crates? The guards.
I didn't. We have.
I have a question.
Think about the
I would think at this point we're more concerned about getting out of here than we are about
Okay.
who's going to look at the crates later. We can always think about that later.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and get on the boat.
So as we're getting on the boat, can I induce a flashback?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Royce, thinking about this, was just like, you know what? What if they search the crates? What if they do this? Does our boat have a net on it?
You could have procured a net for it.
Probably. Yeah.
Couple hours.
Your flashback can be making sure we have a net for the boat.
Well, maybe sure we're having a net and tying it up before we take off onto the island, so that I could possibly, perhaps, catch sea life.
For your otter.
For my otter, of course, but also like to put like a tarp on top of at least one of the crates and put said fish on there and just said we were out fishing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I will give you that one.
Mhm.
Probably have to make a roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would say that this is probably a one stress flashback.
Okay.
Where you go to like the Fisher supply store that probably has like Fish R Us.
For some reason, I heard Fisher Price store. I was like, why?
That was Fisher supply store. And you talk to the guy. Go ahead and roll me a sway for how you set this all up.
Can I argue survey?
Oh. That's more for looking for something.
Okay. But I mean, I was looking. Okay. So a sway.
All the skills do have tooltips in Roll20.
Yeah, I'm looking at them. To gather information and exploits and things like that. Okay.
Oh, I guess then yes, you could.
Argue survey.
Yeah.
The main thing I see from survey is you can sense trouble before it happens, so maybe that would tie into what she's
Yeah,
going
it's
for.
essential before it happens. Gather information and opportunities or exploits. Yeah.
Go for it.
Cool. Thank you. So survey. What kind of role?
I will say that this is probably. So you're trying to create a concealment for
The dynamite.
the dynamite.
Mhm.
I would say that it would probably be risky, but it would be standard if you can pull it off.
Okay.
For effect.
Yeah.
Standard. Come on. And no bonus die because I was doing this on my own.
Yes.
5.
5. So it succeeds, but there's a complication. This sort of thing, I would expect the complication probably would become later.
Yeah,
when it's
and
expected or
we'll
something.
see what kind of complication that theater gives us. I'm excited.
Yeah.
All right, cool. In flashback, as I pull the net, and there's crabs.
And of course, you're
Wait,
a regular at the fish store because of the otter.
Royce has crabs. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm about 12 years old. It's fine.
It's okay.
You chose me. Just remember that.
I did.
Yes. So you pull up the crate or you pull up the net and put the crate underneath it and try to hide it and make it look normal.
Yeah, essentially, and like whatever kind of like wildlife I would have picked up, like because sort of like maybe like my whole thing was that like the net was used for fishing.
Mm-hmm.
And like all boats have tarps. I'm just gonna assume boats have tarps. And then taking like one of these crates, laying a tarp over the inside, so if it was opened, and then putting the netted wildlife inside.
Making a pile of fish.
Or we can take one of the empty. I don't know if there's any empty crates left. Like maybe we took an empty crate to put that.
I'm going to say if they were anywhere near the box of dynamite,
Mm-hmm.
they look like they've been damaged by an explosion. It might not be worth taking.
Okay, so we'll just move some of the dynamite out into another crate and fill this one with wildlife. And have my otter
salvage whatever we
Yeah.
can from.
and my otter
I
will
mean,
just sit
I-
on top
I'm
eating a crab.
Your dapper otter is probably all up in that fish.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So that was my cover for why we were out, and what's in the crates. It's just like we clearly were out for Mr. Biscuits. He is a very important otter. Leave him alone. Like, okay, that's me.
Status.
That's General Biscuits.
General Biscuits.
We're just gonna make this more and more ridiculous.
General Biscuits.
Admiral biscuits.
Admiral Biscuits.
Yeah. Admiral Biscuits, because he's an otter and he's seagoing, clearly. Admiral Biscuits.
So,
Gotcha.
Although I'm
Otter.
Dr. Biscuits, though, but if he's seagoing, he could be Admiral Hardtack.
Anyway, the otter of admirable qualities is on top of the crate. Not the crate that has the seafood. He's gonna go on top of a different ones just to deter people from like opening that one.
Mhm.
Cool.
Is that part of your class that you just get a companion?
Yeah. It's
Trained
One
hunting
of the
animal.
zero load items in that class is hunting pet,
It's pretty cool.
yeah,
because the hound is kind of a ranger.
a ranger. Yeah,
I get booze, you get a
I get a fucking otter.
otter.
I get bandoliers full of alchemicals.
I like that too.
All right,
I
cool.
get dice.
That's where the smoke bomb came from.
All right, so we're tugging alone, packed up.
Yep, as you load up and you go to the other, a little ways away from the tavern, or from where the island is and where the docks were that you started from, you head over there. It looks a little suspicious that your otter is dressed like a military service member, but it kind of goes off with a hitch, probably because your otter is such a ham, and probably gives the blue sashes a shrug, and they kind of just play it on as like, yeah, you guys clearly must have been fishing, and anytime that any of them got close to the crates, I think Admiral Biscuits probably just hisses at them.
It's like, all right, we're not touching your... As he's like, with a crab.
Perhaps I'm playing cards with him again. And as they look, I'm like, I just look square, look the otter square in the eyes and say, go fish.
Yeah, I'd probably join in the cards this time, but I'd be using my trick card so that I would be cheating
I'll drive the
and making the otter more frustrated.
All right, and
blame it on the
yeah.
otter. You're cheating. You're like, I swear it was the otter.
You're able to go to those other docks and deliver it and get a message to the tavern for Sarah. So, got downtime or end of session things to do. And we'll do downtime next week or next session,
Okay.
which won't be in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so underscore payoff. Then you get to roll for entanglement, and then we get downtime activities. So
I think we'll worry about the end of sessions or the end of score and the downtime for next time.
Okay.
alright.
So make any notes of things you might think fit in the next little 2 weeks. So,
All right.
but you should get, as players, you have questions that you ask as to whether or not you get XP for, or how much XP you get for this session.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So there are prompts at the bottom of your character sheet in Roll20 because everybody gets XP for slightly different reasons.
Okay.
Okay. Was my attempt to do was the one I used my crit on? Was that a desperate roll? I think it was.
It was.
It was going to be before you called crit, so I guess you get the XP for that. So
I'm
for
going
desperate,
to say
you get the go ahead.
you get the XP.
I do or I don't.
You
It's up
do.
to you. Okay.
So it would be in prowess because you were going to use finesse. Desperate XP always appears under the attribute that's relevant to it.
I see that. Yeah.
And then other XP goes down to your track that says playbook advancement, but you can then transfer it from the playbook chart into one of the attribute charts if you want. When you fill up all the ticks in your attribute, you gain +1 dot in anything there. Or if you fill up the playbook advancement track, you get a new special ability.
Gotcha. Okay. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I really like that. And do different classes have different questions?
Yeah.
Generally, everybody has, you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background, and you struggle with issues from your fights or traumas. But then each class has, the third question is different. Like, as a leech, I have you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, a cutter would be like you address a challenge with intimidation or violence.
I would like to say that I address the challenge with tracking or violence. I would like to say that I blew up 2 boats, and that is violent.
Right.
So
let's do outros for you guys players. I know Val, you usually do yours last.
yeah, I mean, we still have time. Like, this is still, like, we still have, it's only but unless you really need to wrap up, yeah.
Well, I don't think we need to start downtime because we're not going to get all the way through downtime.
Yeah.
So I guess we can go through everybody and do your whether or not how much experience you gained for today's session, which is all different.
Yeah, we have enough time to do that at least.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I have all the time in the world. All right, so
I was just trying to keep it at 3-ish hours. Okay?
You're good, fam. Okay, yeah, so thank you everyone for coming and showing up. It's the 2-hour first session of our Blades in the Dark campaign, The Drafters. I had a great time doing this. It's always fun to learn a new system. And if oh, my brain. love learning the new system, and I really do like this system as we continue to use it now that we've played it. I like the way it flows. It's super good. Couple things. Thank you for those biddies, Drew. You can tell me where they go for next session. Things that are coming up on the channel in the next couple of days. Tomorrow, same time at 11 a.m. PST, we have a D&D, our weekly D&D 5e campaign, Revenge of the Gith, which is just that is a whole nother thing going on. And as far as that goes, and far as roleplay goes, TTRPG stuff goes, we don't have anything after Tuesday because for this week, because we have Ashenfell is on an off week kind of thing, but in 2 Thursdays from now you can catch both Ashenfell and our Pathfinder game. So there's stuff happening. You'll probably see me on here doing other things because Mama needs to make money. But yeah, no, that's what's going on the channel. And we will have everyone else tell us where we can find you on the internet, how much fun you had, how much experience you got. I got 2 experience and insight total. Because I used Hunt and then the Desperate thing. Yeah, so 2.
You would say you addressed the challenge with tracking or violence?
I think blowing up 2 ships is very violent. I think it's very violent. And I got the thing. So I got 2 experience and insight for that. But yeah, let's go ahead and Gin Jams, tell us how much experience you got and where can we find you on the internet and all of that good stuff.
You can find me here. I'll be back in 2 weeks to play again. I really enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. The system's super intuitive, and this party has some great dynamics. It was unfortunate that we couldn't see Rabbit's face, but maybe next time we can. I think that it was just a great starting session. I think I got some XP for doing a challenge with calculation or conspiracy. I would say that maybe using my false identity would qualify for that.
Could see that.
And then
you also rigged the boxes so that
Yeah.
one of them had explosives. I could see that being like a conspiracy, or
I didn't even think of that, but yeah, that could,
calculation. I would think it would fall under that. It's ultimately up to Theater Nerd as to whether or not we get XP on that. It's 1 per question, or it can be 2 XP if it came up multiple times. So,
right.
It's up to
I would
Theater
say
Nerd.
I would give you 1 for sure between using your fine identity and or the crates.
As
I
far
don't
as
know.
beliefs, drives, heritage, or background, I tried to kind of express my personality and my beliefs, but it probably was not enough to earn me an XP point, I don't think.
That's up to the boss. So,
Other than that, I think I got 1 XP for prowess for doing that desperate roll, and that was it.
Cool beans.
There was something else I was going to mention, I think. Was there? Can't remember now. Oh well.
Where we can find you, just here on the internet?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I'll be on, I have a Twitch channel called Spider Jelly. I might start streaming again sometime soon with some games, but, you know, I'll probably spam that in Val's Discord if I do, so
Yes.
keep an eye out for that.
Well, thank you very much, Jam,
Thank
for
you.
joining us. Jason.
all right. For XP, you addressed a challenge with technical skill or mayhem. I mean, it was technical skill definitely in navigating the boat. It was attempted mayhem with the smoke bomb. It just didn't quite work. So I'm guessing that's probably just 1 XP.
I would agree.
And I expressed my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I don't know. Is trying to play Dragon Poker with an otter sufficiently part of my background as apparently now a gambler or card sharp? I don't know.
I will.
Is that your vice? Or your...
It was not actually my vice, but
So let me ask you a question before I answer your question.
absolutely.
Do people perceive you as being nutty and insane? Because you could make an argument that you trying to talk to a an otter would be insane, and I would say that that is your personality.
Pardon me, this is the Victorian era, and I am a gentleman, and therefore you will address me as being eccentric.
Oh, eclectic. Okay.
Eclectic and eccentric. Insane is for the little people.
So I'll take that as a yes. Have an experience. Point.
Yay! I'm not completely ineffectual, but the otter cheated though.
That's your story, and you're sticking with it.
The otter cheated better than me, and I'm kind of jealous and impressed.
But did he cheat better than me?
That's true.
Right. Who's up next? Oh, I'm not really on the internet. Technically, I have a Twitter account. I don't really use it. I just kind of read people. Otherwise, I hang around Discord and yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
I'm just me. It's boring.
All right. Thank you so much for Jason. Jason for. But thank you, Jason, for your participation and all of this great stuff. Next, we have Rabbit.
Alright. You can find me in the dark void of nothingness because I don't really have social media. And for P, I addressed a challenge with deception or influence. I know I did that at least while trying to influence the guys to let us go with all this stuff, but you think I deserve XP or anything for that?
I think you get an XP for that, yes.
Okay. And then express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. The only thing I really did with that is use that I have a connection with a prostitute to help get us away out of the city, but other than that, not really. So I don't think so. On that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I would say
I
that
think
that
so because
counts.
you deliberately offered to prostitute yourself
Okay.
as well. So
Yeah, not just anyone.
you're like, don't shoot me. I will sleep with you. So I personally would think you're expressing your background there.
Yep, I would agree.
All right.
So that sounds like 2 XP for you.
Okay.
Woo!
Awesome.
And yeah.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, Rabbit. Hopefully, next time we'll have a bit more stable internet for you to be able to be on here. But despite that participation, love you. Great job. And of course, last but not least, we have our wonderful storyteller and game master, Theater Nerd.
Hi, guys. Thank you for putting up with me vaguely knowing the rules. Thanks for backing me up, Jason. We made it. We did it. We did it, Reddit. We survived our first session on somebody else's channel. It's way more nerve-wracking on someone else's. Where can you find me? The best place to follow me is on Twitter at the same username. I use it for everything, so if you see that username, likely this is the face behind the name. And I'm not cool enough for someone to try to impersonate me. At least not yet, anyway.
You are very cool.
You're quite cool.
Yeah, nobody wants to impersonate me.
I believe the phrase is, you're so cool you can keep a side of beef in you.
Anyway,
You're
where
so
can
hip.
you find me? For Wednesday, I am over on channel Other Doc playing Masks, where my reformed supervillain is about ready to go back to supervillainy. Yeah, it's
Typical.
been 2 sessions. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Hopefully RNG Jesus is on my side on Wednesday. Next week, Monday, I will be over on Uncanny Adventures playing a Wild West New Mexico territory, or just after New Mexico became a state, themed Call of Cthulhu game. And the following Monday I should be here, but that's the day before my birthday. And I think we talked about skipping a session.
or something. Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it off stream. When our next session will
Cool.
be. Mm-hmm.
That's the day before my birthday.
Okay.
And I may not be back in town, ultimately.
Okay.
So, yeah. Basically, I try to retweet where I'm at on Twitter. So follow me there to keep up to date.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Make sure you guys pay attention to my Twitter and the Discord to see when we will 100% have the next game. But it will be soonish. With that, let's go ahead and give some love over to our friend Oz Mills, who is playing some what looks like some Sea of Thieves tabletop RPGs. I swear to God, I can fucking talk. Like, not today. Anyway, everybody, wave goodbye. Bye.